7 versus 2, because if I look hard at what happened to Phoenix when the pressure started to get to them, because the pressure rose over the last week because they had a real shot at being the 1 seed.
They did.
And what started happening? Nothing that great, because all of a sudden they lose 3 late games, and one of them was at your place. And there was no King. With no LeBron James, it was just AD and a whole lot of AD.
And no Schroeder. I don't think Schroeder was there either.
Schroeder was COVID. He was gone. And AD goes 42-12 with 3 steals and 3 blocks and annihilated DeAndre Ayton by himself. Yeah. He just ate him alive and spat him out in the middle of the floor at Staples.
Gonna do it again.
Wow. I think you will too, because again, DeAndre Ayton's not ready for this moment yet. He's a nice young player, but he's still very young. And he plays young to me. He plays hesitantly, like he's not sure how to do it yet. He hasn't sort of grown into his body, into his physique just yet. So they beat you. The Lakers beat Phoenix badly with no LeBron and no, now he's your favorite target, Schroeder.
Ain't no favorite target. You know, you saw it.
You said it.
Did you see last night?
Okay, and I remind you, late when they had a chance to catch Utah, they go to Atlanta and just get smoked, 135-103, and then they went to Golden State and they lost 122-116. The wheels were starting to wobble, and one of them came off late. You love that? Do you really think they're ready for you guys now?
But I think the thing is the fact that they got Chris Paul, who's a calming effect, Monty Williams, who's I think is an outstanding coach. He'll have those guys ready to play. They understand. The thing is, but Skip, look, if you're telling me this was one game, but I think the thing is because it is a series, and do I believe that Phoenix can beat the Lakers 4 times? I don't. And that's why I'm going to Lakers. I'm going to take the Lakers in 6 because I think the size. You look at Ayton, and then you got Saric coming off the bench. You got Frank Kaminsky. But Skip, they don't really have the size to deal with us. AD has to understand, AD, more times than not, you're going to be the second best player on the court. In this situation, I believe we have the 2 best players that are in this series, LeBron James and Anthony Davis. I believe we have the 2 best.
All right.
AD needs to play like that. He has to Skip. When I went on, I felt, I care who was the other receiver, I felt I was the best. AD has to realize that I'm the best. And sometimes, like, I know LeBron on my team, but I'm the best player tonight. And go do it.
Okay. Well, he was the best player in the bubble for the Lakers.
Oh, there you
He or Rondo, one of the 2. Well, it's true.
Well, who got the trophy? Who got the Bill Russell trophy?
I forget. I just forget. Okay, bottom line to the Phoenix-LA first-round series.
Okay.
Chris Paul. It's going to boil down to Chris Paul versus LeBron James and leadership and driving force and all the above. Chris Paul, I've occasionally called him CP0, as in 0 rings, because he's never even played in a finals, right? LeBron's, how many is he up to now? What is he up to?
10.
10 finals?
Yeah.
God. So it's 10-0 in finals. Here's the playoff record. CP3 is 53-58 in postseason games. He is 5 under 500. LeBron James is 172-88 in the postseason. He is plus 84. 84 games over 500.
There you go.
Who's your money on?
There we go.
I got to go 5 games, Lakers in 5. And the only danger is games 1 and 2, you need to take care of business early. You need to at least win 1. If you lost 2 of them because they're such a good road team, you could have some problems.
Who?
The Lakers.
We played. We're in that building to start. We're gonna go and see.
That's what I'm saying.
We're gonna swipe.
That's dangerous. You need to go. You should go win both these games. Actually,
we're gonna get one of them for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yes, LeBron got it done, and that couple days rest will be important. But you know who tried everything to win last night? It was Steph Curry. He had a game high 37 points last night, and the Warriors lost to the Lakers. Steph really did all he could to keep his team in the game. Had an opportunity late to send it to overtime, but wasn't able to reel in the inbounds pass with 2 seconds remaining for a game-tying 3-pointer. So, Shannon, please give Steph a letter grade for his performance last night.
Skip, I don't normally do this. I don't normally give A's in a losing effort because I think the ultimate goal is that you need to win. But considering what he did and considering how undermanned that they were, I got to give him an A. Hell, as a matter of fact, since I'm here, I'm going to give him an A+. I don't, Skip, because I don't know what else he could have done. I mean, they blitzed him, they trapped him with double, they tripled him, and he was still able to get up. And he still, Skip, he shot 50% from the floor. He was 6 of 9 from 3 after they threw When Frankie V said, we're going to throw the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, they threw the stove, a refrigerator.
They went down and got the Clipper
Yes.
sink. They threw the basement sink at him.
Give everything. I mean, Schroeder tried, Caruso tried, THT tried, KCP tried, AD, LeBron, Drum, everybody tried to trap him, Skip, and he was still doing it. And then at the end of the half, I said, get the ball out of his hands, make Draymond, make anybody else. What they do? They let him float, and he just dart like he's going to go to the basket, knowing he knows there's not a whole lot of time. He can't get to the basket. All he wants to do is create a little separation, and boom. I was like, oh, my goodness. I told y'all don't let this man get going, and y'all let him get going. Now we got our hands full for the rest of the night. And he gave it to us, Skip. I mean, but what can you do, Skip? I mean, I don't know how you stop this. There's not a bad shot. You know, everybody else before Steph Curry, you taking the shots that he's taking and making, that's a bad shot. And if you're not a historically great player, the coach will snatch your butt out the game for taking those shots.
Okay.
But he was spectacular. 37 total points, 11 in the fourth quarter. Big three after big three after big three. Great finishes at the rim, Skip. You know, Kyrie, no one can finish at the rim like Kyrie. But Steph Curry is not slouch at the rim, finishing at the rim. Either side, with either hand, he was simply spectacular last night. And he was what he was last night and what he's been over the last 35, 40 days, which is sensational. Skip, I gave him an A because I don't really know what else he could have done.
A plus, you gave.
A plus. I gave him A plus because I don't really know what else he could have done to help the Warriors win. 12 of 23, 6 of 9, 7 of 8, and he was a plus four. Everybody else was either minus. Draymond was the only other guy that was above, that had Andrew Wiggins, excuse me, was a +1. Everybody else was either 0 or minus. Steph Curry did all he possibly could to get this win, but he just didn't have enough horses to run along with him.
Okay, before I give Steph a letter grade for last night, allow me to say our man Michael Rappaport texted at halftime just after Steph shot what felt like a dagger. If there's such a thing as a dagger at the end of the first half, he shot it and made it, right? Because it put him up 13. And I knew as soon as I saw the text, it was the ultimate jinx text. And I didn't acknowledge it or answer it because you try to let it lay. Because I just immediately, I told Ernestine, the Lakers just won the game because this is the ultimate jinx.
It's funny,
you
Skip.
cannot do it.
It's funny that you say that because when they were up 11-12, guess who was blowing my phone up? Just texting me back and forth. Hey, how you doing? How the family doing? I said,
well,
Mike,
guess who? Guess what?
And I said, Mike, I'm going to call you back after the game. Guess who sent me the voicemail every time I call after the game was over? One Michael Rappaport. I know you were.
Because he was requesting to come